Hey everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the Shadow Work Tarot reading for the sign of Aquarius. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, so it may not apply to each and every one of you. Also, it is timeless. So this could be in relation to events that have already taken place in the past, circumstances that are currently playing out for you, or things that may come up in the near future or even further afield. So it's important to be aware of that. However, I do feel that these messages will be brought to your awareness when the timing is relevant for you, okay? Now, with regards to the spread, we'll start by pulling a card from the Dark Mirror Oracle deck. We'll pull one from the Angelarian deck afterwards, followed by one from the Moonology, and then we'll get a few cards from the Wild Unknown Tarot. So, let's see. Aquarius. Just while I'm shuffling, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, subscribing, and even sharing my videos. It means so much to me to have your continued support, especially because my channel is still very new and it's still pretty small. So your engagement and your support, especially when you interact with my content, really allows me to bring the messages to a wider audience. That's how it works with the algorithm on YouTube. So it means a lot to me to have that interaction and engagement. So it means those who would also benefit from this message have a chance of seeing it. All right, so thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and don't forget to hit the notifications bell so you're informed of when your next reading goes live on the channel. If you're interested in having a personal reading with me, you can find my information in the description box below. If you would like to check out Patreon, there you will find exclusive tarot readings that you won't be able to find anywhere else, as well as free access to extended tarot readings for the monthly readings, spiritual guidance videos, and so much more. So do check it out and see what you think. Okay, Aquarius, let's get into it. Your first card is Atonement. So this is from the Dark Mirror deck. Atonement. So I feel like there's something here where you felt like this is some kind of karmic situation that's been playing out, and now you're kind of receiving or paying your dues, right? That you're receiving your karma in the situation. You're paying the price for your part of whatever it is. Even if you feel like, you know, the judgment has been weighed heavily against you and even unfairly, right? You're kind of accepting it for what it is, because you're like, to be honest, I'd rather just end this cycle and move forward. So if that means I have to pay a heavier price, even though it does, you know, it's not warranted or I don't deserve it, fine. I just want it to end. That's pretty much what I'm getting from this, right? Like, I just want it to end. It doesn't matter if it's not even, you know, fairly weighed up at this point. I just want the situation done. So yeah, that's pretty intense energy, I'm not gonna lie. So I mean, that could be relevant to so many different situations in life. If that makes sense to you at all, you'll know what situation that's in relation to, right? What circumstances, events, you know, took place that energy would be relevant for. All right, so take it if it resonates, how it resonates to your specific circumstances. If you're not feeling that energy at all, then this is probably not the reading for you. You want to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements and the video's titles, because perhaps there's a different reading for you that will be more relevant to your current circumstances, okay? So let's have a look at the Angelarian deck. Okay, so we have Tiferet, Heart, Beauty. Wow. So this is like, you know, the very core of your being. This is, you know, what brings life, passion, what brings joy, what brings beauty, understanding, you know, bliss into life. This is the expression of the heart. This is the expression of love, right? So I feel like you have been going through a lot of pain when it comes to matters of the heart. There may have been a painful truth that you're now coming to accept, that may be in a connection where perhaps you laid a lot of blame on the other person. You're now accepting your part, your role within it, because there's always two energies in any situation, right? So while, yes, the person you're dealing with may have betrayed you or may have left you out in the cold, they may have moved on, they may have lied to you, whatever it is, right? You're still coming to the understanding of what impact you had in the scenario, okay? So you're taking full acceptance and responsibility for your part in order to free yourself, right? In order to free your heart space. So I feel like you are forgiving, even though it's very challenging. You are getting to that place. You're getting to that place where you will forgive and release, so you can free up your heart space, so it's not weighing heavily on you anymore, right? It's not even about the other person. This is about you doing what's right for you, even if it means that you have to accept more than your fair share. You just want to free yourself and the pain you've experienced from this connection, right? So I just want to have a quick look at the signs for this from the booklet. So if there's any of these signs that really kind of stand out to you while you're out in the world, you know, in whichever environment, and there's something that just seems to grab your attention, that may be a message directly from source, from the divine, to assist you in relation to this, okay, whatever the situation is. So I will just take a quick look and see. Okay, so the signs for Tiferet, art, health, and community. Okay, so it's found in heart. It is heart. It is found in art, health, and community, right? So yeah, maybe, you know, you have a trip to the doctors, you have a trip to the hospital, and they tell you, listen, this stress that you've been going under is doing a lot of harm to your health, right? You need to take it easy, you need to relax. So through that, realizing it has very physical implications on your body, you've chosen to just release yourself from this, or you're choosing to release yourself from this, because you're like, as difficult as this situation is, it's not worth risking my health over it, right? So it could be that. It could also be that you express your pain through your art. It could be music, drawing, painting, you know, sculpting, whatever it is, okay? So there's also that. In the sense of community, you may reach out to, you know, a psychologist, a therapist, or just someone who is very good at listening, right? So you can work through this pain and release it, right? So that there are some scenarios where this may help you with that process, but yeah, there may be something that comes up within those scenarios that will bring your attention back to this pain, because I feel like in whichever scenario you're in with that, it's going to hark back to whatever caused this amount of pain for you, okay? So let's go to the Moonology deck now. See what guidance we can provide at this time to help you move forward. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So the card you've got is Waning Moon. What do you need to release? This is it. What do you need to release? In this case, the pain, right? Whatever the pain is, through acceptance, acknowledgement, responsibility, forgiveness, right? That's how you free yourself and open up your heart space again, so that you can properly heal, so that you can move forward in, you know, towards a direction that is aligned to what it is that you want, which will help you take this next step, this new chapter, right? But in order to do that, you have to let it go. Okay. So let's go over to the tarot then and see what else information-wise we can get for you. But I feel like these messages are very clear-cut. It's a case of yeah, freeing yourself by just accepting and forgiving, pretty much, you know. That's how you free yourself from the situation and from the pain you've experienced, so that you can stay or become healthier, happier, and more free. And that's what I'm getting, like a really strong sense of needing to be free from this at this point. It's been weighing so heavy on your heart space. It's time to go. It's time to release it, you know. Okay. Oh, there we go. Thought that was strange. I was like, what? Is there two cards here? Oh, there really is two cards here. Okay, so let's go into the tarot. First card you got is the Sun of Swords in reverse. So this is the Knight of Swords energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Air energy. Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. That's your energy. Aquarius, not Aries. I don't know where that came from. You could be dealing with an Aries, to be fair, especially because we do have the Emperor here, so maybe that's what kind of tricked my brain just now. So you could be dealing with an Aries. But I feel like, you know, for the most part, this is about you're just not wanting to fight the war anymore, you know, like you've got no more fight left in you at this point when it comes to this situation, you know. You're like, there's literally nothing more I can do, you know, and there's nothing more this person can do to me because I've got every sword in my back that there is, right? So I feel like in terms of like conflict and, you know, hostility between each other, I feel like that's pretty much come to an end at this point. And you're just literally in a space now where you're having to, you know, cut your losses, you know, claim responsibility for your part, accept that this person obviously couldn't give you what you needed or wasn't of the energy that was right for you, aligned for you, or that, you know, you both caused a lot of pain in this connection, because it could be that, you know, you both sabotaged the connection in some way. You know, I don't know the details, but yeah, it's coming to that realization and acceptance and choosing not to continue the feud at this point and just walking away. The next card you have is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is positive. So I feel like once you literally step into that zone and just take the responsibility on your shoulders, you know, forgive this person, forgive yourself, and then just let go and focus on your future, that's when things will start changing for you. You'll see this new cycle emerging. Things from the past will start to fall away. So very positive, actually. Things are going to start turning in your favor. The wheel will turn in your favor. So I feel like as well there's going to be a lot more clarity, because it's like, you know, you're coming out of the thick of it. You're coming out of the really heavy emotions as well that's attached to it. And now you're able to pan out and see what brought you to this point, how things got to this point, right? So you're like, okay, well, I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to get into this kind of situation again with anybody. So it's kind of like that, you know. So even if this person really wronged you in some way, you're more cautious now. You're more aware of the red flags. You're more aware of, you know, the signs and clear moments where something was amiss and, you know, it needed to be addressed and perhaps it wasn't, things like that. So it's just having that wisdom and that knowledge through experience. The next card you have is the Eight of Swords. So more air energy, your energy. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, you're kind of in this self-imprisonment mode, right? But as I said, as soon as you come out of this space and are able to accept and pan out and really see things, the larger picture, so that you can essentially move in a completely different direction, then you're not going to feel trapped anymore. You're going to feel like you're freed from the situation. Right now, you still feel like you're imprisoned within it, right? You've got all these swords in your back. You've got all these swords around you. You're probably very much in your head as well. You know, this is all about the mind. So I feel like, you know, in your own mind, you're very much a prisoner, but it's time to break free of this, right? Because you may have been compartmentalizing your emotions, your feelings, and that's also caused a lot of harm to your heart. You may even have heart problems, right? Getting a lot of palpitations, anxiety attacks, maybe even, you know, you might have even had some minor heart attacks or, you know, problems with your blood pressure, things like that. And that's because of all the strain and stress that's been put on the heart center. You know, energetically, your heart is all clogged up, and it's really, you know, it's got a lot weighing on it this time. So you need to free up that energy around your heart center, do a lot of energy clearing and balancing, right? And the best way to start that is by looking at things objectively, accepting for what they are, taking responsibility, to not run away from your emotions, you know, to embrace them and free yourself from it all. And then that's when things are going to start, you know, feeling lighter. That's when you're going to have less health problems as well, if you are experiencing on a health level, simply because it does relate to this heart card, right? Tifret's energy. As we saw, that was one of the signs, right? So something to be aware of. And then finally, the last card is the Emperor. So Aries energy. As I said, you could very well be dealing with an Aries, or you could have Aries prominently in your chart. Regardless, I feel like once you're able to go through this understanding and really step into the wisdom of this experience and understand, you know, how important it is that you take care of your heart space, that you don't repress your thoughts and emotions, that you don't compartmentalize, that you don't, you know, allow the conflict to continue, or, you know, even engage in it, or instigate it possibly. I don't know the situation, but when you realize all of that and you just stand in your power, you just, you know, come from a very mature place of being and just really take steps towards positive actions, positive changes, things that you want in your life, things will start to shift around you, right? So you'll no longer be met with the same level of resistance or confrontation from various people. And you yourself will feel much lighter and able to communicate without there being any hostility or feeling like there's some kind of game being played, or, you know, something that's just, where there's just friction, right? It's going to feel much lighter and like things are actually flowing for you, right? To the point where you can just truly invest in your own personal growth again. And then finally, as a potential outcome, you have the Five of Pentacles. So this is you, right? Walking away from it, all of this. This is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So I see this as you choosing to release what doesn't serve you, choosing to walk away from what caused you pain, from the things that make you feel trapped, unable to express yourself, unable to really just live in from the heart space rather than just in your mind, and being very much confused and overthinking things, right? So you're walking away from all of that. You're like, I'm going to cut my losses and I'm just, you know, going to move forward, because essentially what else can I do? That's the best thing for me at this point. So if it means just bearing the weight of this, like just bearing the brunt that, okay, yes, sure, it's my fault, I'm the problem here, okay, yeah, see you, bye. You know, if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. And then if that means you have to leave material assets behind, certain material assets, then you leave certain material assets behind. If it means you have to move to another apartment or house, you do that. If it means you have to leave the car, you do that. You know, whatever it is that you have to leave behind in order to free yourself, then that's what it's going to take. And I feel like that's what you're prepared to do at this point, just so you can get out of this and be free again. Okay, so whatever that is and however it fits to you, these are just like the key energies of this reading, okay? So yeah, Aquarius, I know it's heavy, it's not easy, but you are taking a very mature path. You're taking a very mature approach to the situation. You know, you're doing things in a very morally righteous way, but in a positive way, right? Not in a egotistical way, but in a very positive way, so that you can have your new beginning. It's like, you know, the universe is going to recognize what you're doing and you're going to be rewarded for that. It's okay, yeah, you've done what you needed to do to close the chapter. Let's help you get the new one underway, right? Let's help kick off things in your new beginning. So that's actually very positive, okay? It's always tricky when you're having to go through the worst of it, or the last part of closing that cycle out. There's always stuff that comes up that's particularly challenging and, you know, that really tugs on our heartstrings and brings a lot of negative thoughts into the mind. But if you can get that under control, exercise restraint and self-mastery, you know, be able to accept the situation what it is, forgive yourself, forgive this person, and move on, you're going to be looking very strong, very stable, very solid. You're the emperor here, regardless of your gender, right? This is the divine masculine in yourself taking action. So very, very positive, okay? So yeah, Aquarius, I hope that helps. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found this useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And don't forget to hit the notifications bell. And yeah, we'll see if anything like this comes up in your next reading. But I feel like it is pretty straightforward. You'll know if this relates to you or if it doesn't. Just keep taking those steps forward. You're doing incredibly well. And yeah, you know, it's going to pay off, believe me. You will see the positives as a result of taking this decision and moving along your path in this manner. So lots of love, Aquarius. Take care of yourself, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.